Good morning, students. We will be starting with Science 2, Chapter 6, Animal Classification. In Standard 9, we had learned more about plant classification. Here we will be learning about animal classification. In the beginning of the chapter, they have given you a chart which is basically to make you understand or revise what we have learned in the lower class. Living organism. Below that, on the left hand side, it is prokaryotic. Below that is kingdom Monera. On the right hand side, eukaryotic, and below that it is given as unicellular organism and multicellular organism. Below unicellular organism, you will be writing kingdom Protista, Protista. On right hand side, below multicellular organism, with cell wall, without cell wall. Below with cell wall, autotrophs and heterotrophs. So this is basically a chart that revises or helps us in remembering what we learned in the lower class. You must be looking at varieties of animals around you. Some are big, some are small, some are aquatic, some are terrestrial, some are crawling on land, some may be swimming in water, some are flying in air. Some animals have scales, some do have feathers, some are having hair or skin. So in this way, there is a huge diversity among the animals that we see around us. To put briefly, there are around approximately 7 million animal species that are found on Earth. So it is impossible to study each and every species if there is no proper groups. So these groups, all of them are groups and subgroups of animals are formed depending upon the similarities and differences. In this way, they get classified and it becomes easier for us to study the various animals. Formation of groups and subgroups of animals depending upon similarities and differences among the animal is called as an animal classification. Let us see the history of animal classification. Over the times, different scientists have tried to classify or group the animals. Greek philosopher Aristotle was the first to perform the animal classification. He classified the animals according to the criteria of body size, habits, and habitats. Further, as per the new development in science, references were changed and thereby the criteria of animal classification also changed. Classification proposed by Aristotle is known as artificial method. Beside him, artificial method of classification was followed by Theophrastus, Pliny, John Ray, Linnaeus, etc. Later on, natural system of classification was followed. Natural system of classification was based on various criteria like body organization, types of cells, chromosomes, biochemicals, properties, etc. By the time system of classification based on evolution was also brought into practice. What are the benefits of animal classification? We saw that there are more than 7 million species on earth, so it is very difficult for us to study if we do not classify them. Now, what are the basic benefits or advantages of animal classification? Study of animal becomes convenient and easy. Study of few animals from a group helps to understand about the entire animal group. Means each animal becomes a representative for that particular group. It gives idea about animal evolution, how the evolution process might have occurred in animal kingdom. Animals can easily be identified with great accuracy. It helps to understand the relationship animals and other living organisms. It helps to understand the habitat of each animal and its exact role in the nature. It helps to understand various adaptation shown by the animal. Traditional method of animal classification. Traditionally, depending upon presence or absence of the notochord, the animal kingdom was divided into two groups, non-chordates and chordates. What is a notochord? Notochord is a long, rod-like supporting structure present on the dorsal side of the animal body. It keeps the nerve tissues isolated from the remaining body. So, if you have a notochord, you are called as a chordates. If you do not have a notochord, you are called as non-chordates. What are the basic characteristics of non-chordates? Characteristics of non-chordates can be seen as follows. Body is not supported by a rod-like notochord. Pharyngeal gill slits are absent. Nerve cord, if present, is on the ventral side. It is solid and paired. Heart, if present, is on the dorsal side. But the characteristics of a chordates are: body is supported by notochord, pharyngeal gill slits or lungs are present for respiration, nerve cord is present on dorsal side of the body and it is hollow, heart is present on the ventral side of the body. Now the chordates, non-chordates are further subdivided into 10 phylum, while the chordates are divided into a single phylum by the name of chordata, and then they are again further subdivided. Let us see how they are subdivided.